Hey folks, I hope that you guys are doing pretty well. So today is Tuesday, the 29th of August 2023, and this is going to be my 22nd World First Biblical Deciphering. I say world first because at least on YouTube, I haven't heard any Bible scholar, especially those that specialize in eschatology or in the end times, talk about these two prophecies, if you like, found in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 32, verses 24 to 28. Okay, now let us read here what this first up, at least the Elam Bible prophecy here, and then we'll read the one regarding the Russians. Okay, now it says here, there is Elam and all whole multitude, round about her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, which are gone down uncircumcised. So whenever the Bible mentions the word uncircumcised, okay, it practically refers to people that are ungodly, okay, they don't believe in God. So, okay, so they are slain, they are gone down uncircumcised into the nether parts of the earth, which means hell, okay, which caused the terror in the land of the living, okay. So we know that the Persians or the Iranians now, they have nuclear facilities in Elam, okay, and they are giving Israel quite a bit of terror, if you know what I mean, with a nuclear program. We know that they are advancing the nuclear program. The media is reporting that at the moment, Iran has enriched uranium to a capacity of 84%. And so Israel is saying that once Iran reaches 90% of uranium enrichment, that's going to be a red line for them, and therefore they're going to eliminate the nuclear facilities that Iran has, specifically in the Elam area, in the southwest of Iran, if you like, okay? So quite clearly, Ezekiel chapter 32, verse 24 is saying here that, hey, all those that are in Elam, if you like, will be slain, okay, by the sword. In other words, Israel is going to take care of them. And that because they are ungodly people or uncircumcised, they're all going to end up going to hell. In other words, the nether parts of the earth or down to the pit. Okay, now, if you go to the Elam Bible prophecy, it's found in Jeremiah 49. Okay, so if you go to Jeremiah, okay, right there, as you can see on top of the screen here, Jeremiah, and you go to verses 34 to 39, you will see how it talks about the Elam Bible prophecy right here. Okay, so let us go back to Ezekiel 32 so we can read a little bit further on this. So let me just turn back the page. Bear with me, folks. I think that this is important. So if we turn over and we go to Ezekiel chapter 32, verse 25, it goes on further to say that has said, her I bed in the midst of the slain with all whole multitude, her graves are round about him, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, though the terror was caused in the land of the living. So in other words, we know, the terror that, the Iranians are causing right now, in the land of the living, especially the terror against Israel, okay? And it goes on to say here, yet have they borne the shame with them, they go down to the pit, he's put in the midst of them that be slain, okay? And look what it says here, folks. There is Meshech and Tubal, okay? So that refers to the Russians, okay? So this is the second end time Bible prophecy, okay? They are also going to be slain, but this time by God, okay? And so if we read here, there is Meshech and Tubal, and all whole multitude, whose graves are round about him, all of them uncircumcised, in other words, non-believers of God, slain by the sword, though they caused the terror in the land of the living. Okay, so what this means is that we all know that the Russians are coming down for the Great Northern War of Ezekiel 38, 39. In other words, the first Gog and Magog war, if you like, okay? And God is going to defeat this great northern army. Only 1/6 will remain, and Russia, of course, is coming down in partnership with Iran, Turkey, Syria, and all those other terrorist cells like Hezbollah, Hamas, and so on, as well as Sudan and Libya. So if we read further, and it says here, and they shall not lie with the mighty that are falling, of the uncircumcised, which are gone down to hell with the weapons of war, and they have laid the swords under their heads, but their iniquity shall be upon their bones, though they were the terror, okay, again, the terror of the mighty in the land of the living. So we know that the Russians are going to be causing Israel a little bit of terror because it's going to be a huge army, okay? And he finishes off here in verse 28 by saying, yeah, they shall be broken in the midst of the uncircumcised, and shall lie with them that are slain with the sword. Okay. Now, if we go to Ezekiel 38, okay, we know that Meshech and Tubal refers to the Russians. Okay, so they're coming down for the first Gog and Magog war. Okay, so if we go back to Ezekiel 32. Let me just turn over the page here. Okay, so we got Meshech and Tubal here. Okay, so basically the first one in Ezekiel 32, verse 24, in other words, Elam, that ties in with the Elam Bible prophecy. Okay, and this one here in verse 26 to 28, in other words, Meshech and Tubal, ties in with Ezekiel 38. Okay, how I just show you here how the Russians are coming down in Ezekiel 38, verse 2. Okay, how Meshech and Tubal, okay, they're coming down for the first Gog and Magog war. Now let me go back to Ezekiel 32 again. Now, in the bigger picture or in the big scheme of things, then these Bible prophecies, they are not going to cause a great impact, but nonetheless, Bible scholars need to know what's going to happen, in the end times. So I hope that this has helped Bible scholars, especially eschatologists. And if I can give eschatologists, a bit of a heads up, warning, if you like, it might be a good time that all of you or all of us that study eschatology, that you have a read of the books of the four major prophets, okay? As in Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel, because they are full of end time Bible prophecies. So, because we are in the end times right now, in the song of the rapture, then it's important that all Bible scholars, but specifically eschatologists that specialize in the end times, that they revise, the four books of the major prophets. So I hope that this has been a blessing for you. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a like so that it might edify others out there, especially the church. Thank you for watching.